Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited that you're here and really stepping into fear, learning a little bit more about how you can tap into your talents and get rid of all of those limiting beliefs that are holding you back to launching your business. You're in the right place. Thank you so much for trusting me. And let's get right to it. I am so excited to start talking to you about what this whole course is going to be about and just what to expect. So this is pretty much a presentation style webinar, and this is pretty much how the course is going to look like, because I think that we're mostly visual learners and it's really important for us to actually see what the heck we're learning about, right? So let's first start by talking about who the heck is talking to you guys and why should I be trusted and why should you actually be listening to what I'm saying. So I call myself the blissful step for various different reasons. So step for dance, I'm a dancer, and step also to just take the step and step into fear. I'm all about taking the initiative and actually start doing the do and stop getting ready to get ready. And that's how my whole success coach started. I was a health freak and a health fanatic. I went to IIN, the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, absolutely loved that school, changed my life, but started helping people really tap into their truest talents and actually make this passion a career. Because a lot of people just make it a passion, but really don't dive into making it a career. So I made it a career, and I did it in a very short amount of time, and I've gathered 2 years of information and made a 90-day course, which I'm going to talk to you about at the end. But this is week 4 of the course, and I'm really diving deep. I want to give you as much value as I can for free so you guys can see that you are worth it. You're worth the time. You're worth the energy. You're worth the investment. And I just can't wait. Can't wait to see what you guys think. So you can always find me at Instagram, and I'm always reachable through messages. I'm not just a person behind the camera. I actually do answer messages, so never hesitate to contact me. So 3 steps to overcoming fear. I really try to summarize this as much as I can, but there's so many things that go into fear. However, this is really the most important things to consider when launching your business. So as humans, we really like to overcomplicate things, okay? This is when fear steps in. We just love to overcomplicate it, like this overly complicated sign. But health coaches and health entrepreneurs, we love overcomplicating things. Like, it is literally our duty to overcomplicate things. And so I want to talk to you about how people overcomplicate things and how I have overcomplicated things in the past. So for example, I can't launch my website yet. It's missing something. It needs to be perfect. I'm sure plenty of you are laughing right now because we tend to do this. We want everything to be perfect before we launch it, before we put it on air, right? Next scenario. She has so many more clients than me. What is she doing that I'm not? She started way later than I did. She graduated like last year, and now she has all these things. What the heck is she doing? What is she doing, right? Living on that person's journey and not in ours. So next one, her feed is so pretty. Oh my gosh. How can mine look like that? And I put this grid right here because we all aim for perfection. We all aim for the best aesthetics to add value, but there's so much more than that. So we've all been there. It's okay. I'm an introvert. I can't talk to strangers. How many of you have said to yourselves that you are just simply not good at communicating, that you are too shy, or that you simply don't know what to say because you're just too scared to actually say what you do and put your brand out there? How can I be a coach if I'm not ripped or lean or skinny? We think that we need to be this person, this perfect person, have the perfect face on, the perfect hair on. I mean, evidently, I literally woke up with my hair wet and I'm doing this webinar. Like, it does not matter, guys. It does not matter. But we put these things in our head. I'm not good at sales. I say sales and everyone already freaks out. So yes, we're going to talk about money. Don't worry. That's one of the things that we're really going to overcome today. So I really diagnosed these people as having perfectionism, imposter syndrome, and comparisonitis, okay? And these are the 3 diseases caused by fear. But guess what, guys? this is completely normal. Completely normal. And sometimes these don't go away completely, but it's learning how to manage them and how to know when they're creeping in, so you know exactly what to do to not fall behind and get caught up on those limiting beliefs. So this is completely normal. It happens to me plenty, way less than before, but it does happen to me still. But it's all about overcoming this and stepping into it every single time. So let's talk about these 3 diseases. Perfectionism, guys. We tend to be perfectionists, especially as health coaches, because we feel like we need to have our shit together. If we talk about acne, we can't have acne. If we talk about digestive issues, we can't fart. I mean, it's just, seriously, we always try to overcomplicate things, I'm telling you. And so, for example, once I get my I wrote that wrong, but once you get the other certificate, right? Who's getting another certificate? Who's studying and who's getting ready to get ready? After you do that, you'll launch your business. But to be honest, guys, we are just getting ready to get ready. We're trying to procrastinate the hard stuff, the stuff that is scary. So we just keep studying because it's comfortable. It's comfortable to consume content, but it's not comfortable to create. So it's that really the getting ready to get ready. And I love saying that over and over again, because we truly are. We really are not taking action. And this is probably 80% of people. They're just trying to just sit there and keep studying. And it's just not, it's not productive. It will not give you the money that you want and to make this passion a career. So playing the game is your biggest asset. And we'll talk about the steps to overcoming fear in a second, but really playing the game is your biggest asset, and you will never know enough. Know that. You will never feel absolutely perfect, and you will never actually feel like, okay, you know what? I can kill this. I can completely kill this and nothing's going to happen. I'm not going to throw up. I'm not going to get nervous. Like, you're never really going to feel that. There's always going to be that little tiny voice in your head that, you know, what if? The what if, and that's okay. But just step into being okay to not be perfect. Now, comparisonitis, she already talked about that in her blog. So I have to do a different strategy. I have to create a different content. So we're living in other people's goals. We're living in other people's visions and missions and brands, and really not tapping into our own. And imposter syndrome, this is very common as well. So I don't want my potential clients to think that I am salesy. So people that are super afraid to not being loved, or people's feedback, or being rejected. Okay, so now we're aware that this happens to us. It can happen the 3 at the same time, just 1 at a time, 2 at a time. I mean, it can really, it's all really depending on the situation, but it happens to us very frequently. So I want you to think about the things or actions that bring fear into your business. Take a moment, maybe pause the video, and I want you to think about, what the heck are you procrastinating? What is something that you just simply do not do, and that you know you need to do, but you just go around it every time because it's scary shitless and you are really just not ready. You're not ready to tap into that. So start thinking about that. So how are you avoiding facing this fear? So what do? Do you consume more content? Do you get more, more certifications? Do you educate yourself? Do you go to webinars and keep listening to what other people are doing? So for example, I'll talk about my biggest fear. I love being vulnerable with you guys because I want you to know that everyone is going through shit. Like, don't think that everyone's perfect. Don't think that we all have our shit together. Everyone's going through something, and you need to understand that. And so, for example, my biggest fear, the latest fear that I had was launching my course. So what did I do to avoid this? I kept doing one-on-ones and keep finding clients, but I knew that I wanted to do something bigger, and I just kept going around it. And I complained that I wasn't happy with my business, and that I knew that I could do more, but I was doing nothing to do more. And so I always tell people, if you're afraid of something, of launching something, of getting started with something, just think about, what is the worst case scenario? what's the worst thing that can happen? So what is the worst thing that can happen with launching a course? No one buys my course. Okay. So if no one buys your course, could you handle that? Can you actually physically handle the worst case scenario? And yeah, I can totally handle it. If no one buys my course, I'll perfect it. Maybe I'll rethink the prices and I'll just go forward, because I know that my mission is so freaking great that I will just not stop until I get it done. And that's exactly what you should be thinking, guys. So really take the time, pause the video, and really think about these three things. I will be giving you a worksheet at the end. I'll give you access to that, and I'll give you more instructions later. But I'm gonna give you a free worksheet of what week 4 is, and it's really gonna help you dive in deep into your fear and dive into what are a couple of things that you can do to overcome this. So could you handle it? Yes. You most likely can handle the worst case scenario, because most likely worst case scenario will not happen, especially if you give it your all. You just have to trust yourself a little bit more in the beginning to really see the result. And guys, I promise you that once you really tap into that fear, once you step into that unknown, incredible shit will start happening. Synchronicity will kick in, and you will get so addicted to doing the do that you will not stop. But it's all about taking that first step. And that's why I'm so passionate to educate people how to freaking get started and jumpstart their business. So let's talk about the solutions. Okay, we talked about what the heck is going on and how this really appears in our day-to-day life. But how are the ways that we can, oh my gosh, this hair, guys, is all over the place. I look like a freaking lion. Okay, so 3 ways to overcoming fear. Let's get into it. Own your story. Number 1 advice, guys, to owning your story is focus on who you are and not who you are not. We overcomplicate things. We want to be like other people. Yet again, we want to attract people that we like. So why are you overcomplicating the situation? The only way you're going to attract the clients that you want, the clients that you deserve, and the clients that are going to pay for your services is to owning your own story. So start feeling comfortable with sharing that. And this is something that I've tapped into lately. My story has a lot to do with being foreign, coming from another country, and my country is going through really negative shit right now. And I was kind of avoiding talking about that because it was negative. But that is exactly what made me who I am. And that's probably me telling that story is going to attract so many people that I can relate to, that I can help, and that I can help overcome all those, limiting beliefs or hardships that come with being foreign and moving from another country. And so I was untapping that market. It was something that I was physically doing because I was creating stories in my head due to fear. Oh my gosh, if I talk about negative stuff, then people are going to think that I'm a negative person, or that my brand is going to be negative, etc. But no, guys, owning your story will do you more good than harm. So start owning your story. Start loving yourself and really tapping into your true identity. That's the number 1 way to overcoming fear. Just own it. Own it. Number 2, redefine fear. Fear is always going to be by your side, just so you know. You're going to learn how to ignore it every time, but it's always going to be there. You just have to ask fear to be on the passenger seat, and you're always driving the freaking car. Always, okay? So fear is an opportunity for growth. Acknowledge it, know that it's there. But if you fear something, and if you have that little, butterflies in your stomach, it means you're doing something right. It means you're doing something ballsy. And so go exactly for what scares you, because guys, believe it or not, everything that you want is outside of your comfort zone, whether that's money, success, abundance, freedom, just, love, anything is outside of your comfort zone. And what's outside of your comfort zone? Right after you step into that fear, you start seeing all the things that you can accomplish. So this is why overcoming fear is so important. And fear is a path to success and financial freedom. So as I was saying, everything is outside of our comfort zone. Take action. this is probably, if you only take one thing out of this webinar, is this: you will only learn while you do. You will never learn from just reading and listening and, listening to other people or try to imitate their journey. You can try to take courses and courses and courses, but if you really don't take action into your own brand and live your own experiences, you're going to take forever. And this is why I'm so focused on making this course a very personalized experience, because, and even with anything else, with your clients, if you don't give them a personalized experience and actually tap into, like, for example, if you don't have a mentor or a coach or someone that's really telling you what's going on with you in your life and your limiting beliefs, you're going to take probably twice as long as someone that is doing that, because you're trying to learn by listening and not learn by doing. And that just will take you so much more time. I probably said the same thing 1,000 times, but you know what I'm trying to say. So you will never know enough, period. You think that you need to be in the state of perfection, but that's actually far from true. People that go on stage, people that launch these webinars, people that do this don't feel completely ready, but they know that they can add so much value to what other people are going through that they're just like, fuck it, let's just do it. And those are the people that you think have it all together. So aim for excellence, guys. Aim for excellence and not perfection. Perfection is being afraid of failure. Perfection is finding mistakes and criticizing yourself. Perfection is demoralizing other people instead of focusing how they can inspire you. Perfection is being self-critical and constantly looking at the things that you do not have rather than the things that you have. Perfection is just thinking one-sided and not really as a growth mindset. And perfection is comparison. And you know how you can grow? You know how you can increase your finances? Is collaborating, is feeling confident, always open to learn, and always loving yourself and motivating yourself, because you are the only one who is going to bring this brand up in the skies. So give yourself some love and really aim for excellence. So guys, this is really it. And I don't want you to think that you need to know more. Like, this is it. This is all you need to get started. And so I want to answer every single one of those questions that you put in your head. Yes. Yes, you are deserving. You are deserving of a lot of freaking money, and you are deserving to love your job so much that you want to wake up every morning loving it. And you are deserving of being surrounded with like-minded people that just want nothing but the best for you. And yes, you are meant to do this. If you're listening to this and you've came this far and you're still listening to my words, you are meant to do this. You're meant to do so much more. And if you're not in a state where you're completely satisfied with every aspect of your life, so freaking passionate to do more and do more, you're not where you are meant to be just yet. So keep working hard until you feel that way. And yes, you are capable. And I'm going to focus on this as much as I can. You have every tool you need in you right now to get started, just right now. And the way to get started is to really ask questions, guys. Ask questions to the people that you admire, that inspire you, and ask questions. How the heck did you get there? As simple as that. Like, be ballsy like that, because you are capable. As long as you have the tools and the drive, you are capable. And guess what? If you graduated, and if you've been looking at seminars and trying to launch this course and trying to make it perfect, you probably have all the tools you need. You just need to believe in yourself. And this is the right time. This is the right time. We've never been in such a health crisis. We have never been so overworked and underpaid. And this is your time to shine, and you deserve it.